South Carolina does not have a so-called trigger law that automatically bans abortion. Currently, South Carolina bans abortions after 20 weeks of pregnancy. However, a new state law banning abortion once a fetal heartbeat is detected will soon take effect. That law has been upheld in federal court since Governor McMaster signed it last year. Today, the state attorney general filed a motion with the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals to have the stay lifted on that heartbeat law. And tonight we have local reaction to today's decision, talking with those who agree and disagree with the ruling. Here is Peyton Lewis.
While some spent the day celebrating the Supreme Court's decision,
we've been elated. It's the day we've been waiting for over 10 years.
Others took to the streets in protest.
What do we want? Choice! When do we want it? Always!
An issue that's divided the nation for years came to a head today. The organization, A Moment of Hope, is an evangelical Christian outreach to women arriving at Columbia's Planned Parenthood. They took to social media this morning to celebrate. I met with their director, Mark Baumgartner, at their RV on Lady Street to talk about what the Supreme Court decision means for them.
And we're hoping South Carolina will soon ban abortion entirely. Until then, we're praying that the Heartbeat Act will be reinstated.
And later in the afternoon, a protest by Planned Parenthood took place in front of the State House. Barbara Brothers says she was motivated to protest because she remembers a time before Roe v. Wade.
In 1973, I graduated from high school. And all my adult life, Roe v. Wade has been there. But I remember people who could not get access to abortions, and I heard some horror stories.
At the protest, anyone who felt strongly about the decision was given a platform to speak.
We deserve to have human rights. We deserve to have life the way that we want to.
Abortion is health care. Abortion is a right. I am not an incubator.
Planned Parenthood directors and employees also talked about what this decision means for their office and what they foresee in the future.
We have to get braver together because this is going to take some time. This is going to take some heartache. And we want to be here for you. We want to be here for each other. We'll do this together.
Reporting in Columbia, Peyton Lewis, News 19 WLTX.
Also now, leaders with Palmetto Family say this was an exciting day, allowing the organization to have a platform to push for family support in South Carolina. Meanwhile, the South Carolina Appleseed Legal Justice Center says the decision will help South Carolina ban abortions. We also heard from the governor today, Governor McMaster, saying that the ruling by the Supreme Court was a resounding victory for the Constitution and for those who have worked for so many years to protect the lives of the most vulnerable among us. And we are hearing from the governor's opponent in the upcoming November election, Democrat Joe Cunningham. He issued a statement today saying that this is a dark day in America. He added that the four walls of a doctor's office simply aren't big enough for a woman, her partner, her doctor, and the government. But Cunningham says the government has decided to force themselves in anyways. And we also have reaction now from 5th District Congressman Ralph Norman and 6th District Congressman Jim Clyburn. Take a listen.
This is a historic day for our country. The Dobbs case, where Roe v. Wade was reversed, is great for life, it's great for America, and June 24th will stand the test of time for a long, long time.
That case, I think, is a giant step backwards. But I've also studied our history enough to know that that is the way it has almost always been in this country. We take forward steps, and then we sometimes take backward steps. This today, in my opinion, was a backward step by the United States Supreme Court.
Taking a look now at abortion numbers in South Carolina, DHEC says in 2020, which is the most recent year for the numbers, the agency reported there were 5,468 abortions performed statewide, up from 5,101 in 2019. 44.5% of those abortions in 2020 were done 6 weeks or less into the pregnancy, while 55% were done between 7 to 13 weeks. Of the abortions performed in 2020, 67% were done by taking medication sometime during the first 13 weeks of pregnancy. The rest were done through a medical procedure. And DHEC says in 2020, 29% of people who had an abortion were ages 25 to 29. 28.5% were between the ages of 20 to 24. The next highest group, ages 30 to 34, and a little more than 19%. DHEC's numbers show this trend was similar to the numbers from 2019.